I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex. Welcome back to First Callouts. This is a show I'm doing every single Wednesday for you where I'm breaking it down how to get in to that iconic first callout. This is just one of 5 awesome shows I'm running all week, so please make sure you subscribe. And when you get something out of this video today, which you will, I promise you, please share for me, alright? Thank you very much. Today, we're going to dive in to wellness posing, alright? So NPC wellness is coming. It's 2020 now. It is here. It is the year for wellness to be on the stage, and I know a lot of you ladies out there are going to be doing this division. A lot of you are very excited to jump into it. The truth is, though, a lot of people got a lot of questions about the posing. A lot of people are wondering about the posing. A lot of people are doing the wrong posing right now, alright? So I thought, why not hop on here, get on the video, and break it down for you pose by pose, tell you exactly what you need to be doing, and give you basically the exact insight for what the NPC wants to see on the stage coming 2020. We got our first wellness competition literally next month now, so that's super exciting. If you don't know what wellness is, quick little breakdown, quick little, whatever. It's basically, it's a new women's division. It's basically bridging the gap between current bikini and current figure, okay? So it's about as muscular as bikini as far as the upper body goes. Midsection similar, but the lower body in wellness is very, very, very dominant. Way more muscular than bikini. And again, it is not an unconditioned or a fatter version of bikini. It's not true. If you don't do well in bikini because of conditioning, you can expect not to do well in wellness because of conditioning. Basically, it's a more muscular, lower body dominant version of bikini, and the posing is the main difference. And that's exactly what we're talking about today on First Callout. So please make sure you share it. Please make sure you subscribe it when you get something out of it. Let's dive into that posing. Alright, so first things first, we got this front pose right here you're looking at. This is off the official NPC News Online website, JM Mannion, taking these photos. Thank you, JM, for these photos and obviously all the information on NPC News Online. Here's what we got. So competitors will face the front with one hand on the hip, arm straight down, and one leg slightly extended. They do not want to see the arm off to the side with the elbow bent and the wrist upwards. This is that teapot arm they don't want to see that I've talked about in a lot of my posts. We've done videos on it. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like in just a second. But here, as we look at this pose, you can clearly see right hand on the hip, okay? And basically, this woman here, she's going to be posing in the front pose. This is the front pose for wellness. Straight on for the most part, showing the quads. Again, this is where they want to see this in wellness. They want to see those developed legs. So we're going to see a lot of that in these poses. Obviously, as posing comes out, there's going to be all different variances, right? Different coaches are going to pose differently. Different clients are going to pose differently. You got to accentuate your physique. Now, here is the actual pose you don't want to do, okay? So this is that classic teapot arm. You can see her arms kind of out and up. This is what they are telling you to stay away from. This is a bad example of a front pose for wellness. This is what they've been doing internationally. This is not what they want to see in NPC, okay? So note that. A lot of you out there, I see you on the Instagram still posing like this, preparing for the NPC. It's not how you need to be posing. You gotta have that arm down. You gotta have that wrist turning in towards you. You don't wanna have it up. You don't wanna have it out. You don't wanna be that damn tea kettle, okay? So make sure you understand the difference in these poses. As far as everything else here, that woman actually has everything else in place. She's got the quad, she's got, the right midsection, everything else. It's just that pose. And again, that's the international pose they've been running for a while. So now, bringing it to NPC, they want to kind of mainstream the poses, keep them more normal, keep them more obviously regulated in some sense of the word, okay? So then we have our quarter turn, okay? So we had our front pose in wellness. Now, we're moving to our quarter turn. So this is the image of the quarter turn. Competitors will turn slightly, facing the judge with the right hand on the hip and the left arm straight down. Right leg bent at the knee. Okay? It's more like the twisting side pose that bikini competitors perform. So this is close to a bikini current front pose for some of those ladies that are out there doing that pose. They do not want to see the arm off to the side with the elbow bent and the wrist upwards, okay? So this is, again, they don't want to see that teapot arm, but what do they want to see? This is very similar to a front pose for bikini right now. That kind of classic side pose, right? It's pretty similar to that twisting. So this is a variation, but this is actually a quarter turn, okay? So your first pose would be a front pose, then you're going to a quarter turn to the right. So you'd be doing this on the right side, hence the right arm on the waist, left arm going straight down. Notice how important it is to have that left arm staying straight down. They noted it here, and they want to see that in the NPC. So make sure you're noting this, ladies. I keep saying it, but it's so important. And here's an example of a bad version of this wellness pose with that arm going out, kind of like the teapot, right? Like this woman actually looks like she could be a teapot. You know, her left arm is almost the handle and her right arm is almost the spout. And that's not what they want to see. They don't want to see that arm coming out in any way. They want to see it going down. And this is honestly actually even totally on the wrong side. She should have her right hand on her hip and her left arm going straight down, okay? So that's important to note. This is a quarter turn to the right, not a different variation of any other pose. It's similar to the bikini current front pose. So if you're a bikini competitor and you've done that pose, it's pretty similar. You might be able to fit in there very easily, but in reality, the point is you're not going to be able to get away with doing the teapot arms, the arms up and out. Don't do what you're seeing on the international level. We haven't seen any NPC wellness competitions happen yet, and so with that, the posing and all that's going to be defined as we move forward. Don't look to the international stuff and, you know, obviously any other federations to figure out how to pose an NPC. Alright, now we're going to roll into the back pose. And what I want to say so far, we've covered 2 of these poses. If you need help with your posing, go to teamfflex.com right now and subscribe to our free trial. We'll get you synced up with one of our awesome posing coaches. We are posing for wellness. We do know what the wellness posing needs to look like. We can customize it for you and your physique. So if you're serious about learning your wellness poses, you're competing in wellness, we can even show you how to train for it and do the diet for it. Whatever you want to do over there, teamfflex.com. Subscribe to the free trial pop-up when it comes up, and we'll get you synced up. It's free. There's no reason not to do it. If you're serious about competing, you're serious about being your best, and you want to get with the best coaches in the biz that know all the stuff, then you go do this because it's free, all right? So let's look at this back pose. Next is the wellness back pose, where we are looking at it being very similar to bikini right now off the gate, okay? Obviously, muscularity, all that's very different. The pose itself is pretty similar. Competitors will face the rear with the low back arch, with the glutes pushed back. We do not want to see the arm off to the side with the elbow bent and the wrist upwards. So yet again, we're in this back pose. They're not wanting to see the teapot arm, hashtag teapot arm if you're watching this video now, and I'm going to know that you were here, but basically I don't want to see that teapot arm, okay? So ladies, don't be doing it. I know a lot of you are looking at the international poses thinking that's how you got to do it from even other federations. It's not how it's going to be done in NPC, okay? So in this back pose, we're seeing very similar to what's normal in today's NPC, IFBB bikini, and you know, obviously muscular changes in the legs, bigger legs, more developed glutes, more developed glute ham tie, things of that nature, but that is not relevant to the posing. The posing is the same. Remember, you don't want to bend too far over, ladies. When you do your back poses, don't bend too far over. Stay mainly upright, you arch from the back, and you push the glutes back, but you're not bending over. If you bend over, it's going to give the judges a very distorted look at your physique. It's not going to be good for getting you where you want to be or placing you in the appropriate, you know, categories, that first call out that you want. It's not going to be good for you to do that. So make sure you don't bend too far forward. Make sure you have a pretty good upright posture, and you got a good hand placement. You want to make sure your hands are in a good spot where they're going to show your shoulder caps, because in these back poses, they're looking for that symmetry, right? In bikini and also in wellness, they're looking for that symmetry from the lower to the upper body. They want to see that muscular development. If you lean too far forward, now they're getting only the glutes, only the lower body, right? They're not actually going to see what's going on in the upper body. If you can stay upright, from the judges are actually sitting 2 feet under you, which is important to note. They're actually looking up at you, right? So you got to be pretty upright to show that symmetry. Then you're going to be able to get the shoulders involved. You're going to be able to get the width of your back in there and all that, and that's going to roll into the best symmetry for you, okay? So we're looking at the quarter turn to the right now. This is the final quarter turn, and it's basically very similar to the other quarter turn from the beginning, right? So this is the final quarter turn to the right. Competitors will turn slightly, facing the judges, with now the left hand on the hip, right arm relaxed, and left leg bent at the knee. So it's basically the opposite of the other quarter turn. They do not want to see the elbow bent and the wrist bent upwards, okay? So no teapot arms here. It's just another quarter turn, so it's basically another variation of like a left side front pose for bikini competitors if you do that more side type pose, okay? But basically here you gotta have that hand on the hip. You wanna keep that other arm relaxed and keep it straight. Don't be bending it, don't be putting it out, don't become the tea kettle. And so, you know, realistically, this is very similar to what you're doing on the other quarter turn. So we have a front pose, we got a quarter turn to the right, we got a back pose, we got a quarter turn to the right, okay? That is the actual actual posing. That is actually the full wellness posing. That's what we're going to see on the stage. That's what you got to start practicing, ladies. Any of you out there that are doing wellness that you're not practicing your posing, you think your bikini posing and stuff's going to correlate over? It's not going to happen. And I know already talking to a few judges that have been judging some of these shows getting ready for NPC saying, hey, you know what? A lot of the competitors don't even know what a quarter turn to the right is right now. So a lot of you are not studying your posing. Okay? This is exactly how you want to do it. I hope you've been taking notes. I hope you're paying attention. And I hope you try our free trial at teamfflex.com so we can show you even better how to do this stuff, how to get ready for wellness, okay? Point is, this is a quarter turn, and what you want to see here is that symmetry. Every single one of these poses, by the way, you got to understand the purpose of them. What are you trying to accentuate? What are you trying to look at? Well, in the front pose, it's always going to be that symmetry for the full body, okay? It's going to be the lower body to the upper body and that symmetry. In the quarter turns, it's going to be more the same thing here. They want to see, you know, obviously some glute coming in, some hamstring coming in, some quad from the side, and how does that match the upper body, right? So they're looking to see your shoulders, they're looking to see your arms, they're looking to see all that. Back pose is again same as the front pose, upper to lower symmetry, and then that other quarter turn is going to be the same thing, where they want to see, you know, the shape, the size, what's going on here, does everything match? Bodybuilding is symmetry, and if you are competing in wellness, you're competing in bikini, you're doing any of these divisions, you are a bodybuilder regardless, okay? And what you're always looking for is shape, size, symmetry, and proportion when it comes to your body, your muscle, and then obviously conditioning, okay? So here is some examples of what is not a good quarter turn pose, and basically you can see right here the reason it's not a good quarter turn. See if you can guess. See if you can guess. See if you can guess. I've said it 18,000 times in this video. The reason this is not a good quarter turn pose, that hand, right? You can see that arm coming out. We are doing that teapot arm, hashtag teapot arm, if you're watching this video. And basically, you know, that arm's coming out. It's teapotting. It's not what they want to see. It clearly says it in the notes. Again, keep in mind, these are all the international competition photos right now that have been going on internationally. Wellness has been going on internationally for a while. It just actually hasn't been a part of the NPC officially until this year, starting now. It's a very exciting thing. Point is, though, internationally, they've done that arm. Now, we don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. The judges are not going to see it. You're going to probably, I guarantee you, get scored down if you do that. You will actually lose points. So don't be the one out there that's watching these things thinking you're going to pose at home, you're going to figure this out, and you're watching the wrong tutorials. You're watching the wrong videos. Always check the official rules. You can go to NPC News Online for even more of them. I broke it down for you here, literally, like word for word with some of my own ad-libs. But the point is, you got to know what you're looking for in this stuff. You got to know what they want to see in this division, and if you don't, it's going to be a huge problem. So overcap of wellness, overcap of the posing, overcap of what they're trying to see you do. What you need to be practicing is your front pose, your quarter turn to the right, your back pose, your quarter turn to the right. That will be your wellness posing. There's also going to be a model walk included where you're basically going to come out very similar to bikini, right? You do this short little 10-second blurb of your poses, and then you're off, and then you wait for comparisons. That's likely what we're going to see in wellness too. You'll come out, do your model walk, pose, get off, come back, comparisons, and so on and so forth. And if you do this right, if you get those poses down, if you can pose your best way, and you know actually what they want to see, and you know how to create that angle for your physique, then you can probably land yourself in that iconic first call out, right? And the one thing I want to say about this, you're looking at these pictures, I just showed it to you, I kind of broke down it word by word for you, is that posing still, even if you're looking at these pictures, you can't just copy these women you saw. You can't just take word for word what it says on NPC News and do that and expect to be where you want to be. Posing is all very custom and all very individual. I know a lot of women out here these days try to pose off YouTube videos and off different stuff. They'll watch their favorite competitor and they think they're going to come up with their routine, but at the end of the day, every pose looks different on every physique. If we lined up 20 girls right here and we put them all in the same pose, we followed this word for word, photo for photo, every single one of them is going to look different, right? Because basically what happens is you're showing different parts of your physique in the same pose, but people might have better developed quads. They might have more developed shoulders. They might have a thicker waist. They might need to turn this way, that way. And what happens is you got to show your strong points, right, that fit your category and hide your weak points. That's what posing is all about. That's what the greatest posers you've ever seen have done. That's what bodybuilders, bikini competitors, everybody since the dawn of time does. because it's always the best presentation, the best posing that wins. The people that spend countless hours practicing and perfecting their angles, they're working with a coach day by day, doing these sessions, doing all this stuff, trying to perfect their posing. Posing between sets is a huge thing we have our competitors do on Team Flex, and what it does is it allows you to realistically just totally become the pose. And when you can show it with absolute confidence, great presentation, a good smile, and everything else, and your physique, the angles are right, the symmetry looks great, everything is there, that's how you get the first call out. So make sure you don't just assume that you can copy someone else, you can look at different things, because I know that's what a lot of you are doing based on the stuff I'm seeing on Instagram. A lot of you have been looking up the Wellness International stuff and assuming that's going to be the same, and you're teapot arming out there, when in reality that's going to score you down, that's going to land you right in that last call out if you don't know how to pose for the Wellness division. So if you need help with posing, again, I'm going to say it one more time, and this is free. This is not me trying to sell you anything. This is free for you to do. Anyone interested in training on any level, bikini, wellness, whatever it is. For the sake of this video, wellness, we're talking about posing, we're talking about training, we're talking about nutrition. If you are getting for wellness and you need help, you want some expert advice, you just want to take some more information in, go to teamfflex.com right now and subscribe to our free trial. Me or one of my kick-ass coaches will get you set up with stuff for wellness. We'll show you how to pose, we'll show you how to train, we'll show you how to do all this stuff, and it's free. It's free for 7 days. You got to do nothing. There's no obligation, nothing. You don't have to send your card or put info in, nothing. You literally just go put your email in that box and we'll invite you to the app and you'll be able to get to work. So please make sure you take advantage of that. If you don't, I'm going to tell you, you're not a serious competitor. You're never going to get that first call out if you're not taking free information from some of the top industry coaches, okay? Thank you for watching. This is First Callouts. I'll be back every single Wednesday for you. Please subscribe. Please share. And I'll see you tomorrow for Fitness Fire. It is 2020. Happy New Year's, everybody. Thank you for watching. Coach Rise out.